Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Serein and I've partnered today with Rogaine to bring Dominic over on my channel. If you guys don't follow him, I'll have his Instagram across the screen right now, but it's like amazing hair. He's gonna give us some tips on how to create volume, a fuller head of hair look, how to style your hair if you find that your hair's a little flatter.
Oh, I'm excited.
Yeah. Sorry. My biggest concern is that I'm feeling like I'm starting to lose volume. I feel like I've always kind of had flatter hair, especially right here. I recently got bangs.
I love them. They're great. They look great on you.
And I think it's balanced it a bit, but I'm always trying to figure out how to like style my hair with volume without looking like a little too beauty queenish.
Yeah, no, I get that. I think that's one of the biggest like issues with most people's hair. Like they want more volume to achieve it, and there's like a bunch of different little tricks that you can do. One being washing your hair less. You know, if you wash your hair too much, it strips all the oil out of your hair. You want like, you know, second, third day hair is usually like my favorite, and I think when you wash your hair too much, that can also take away from volume. It can make it flatter, a little bit fluffier, so it's, you know, it doesn't look the way that you want it to. Do
you have any products that you recommend?
Yeah, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is a product that I recommend to most of my clients wanting fullness to their hair. Women's Rogaine, super easy to use. And you use it pretty much every day. It doesn't affect anything with the hair, like styling or anything like that. It's a foam that you put in your palm and you just apply to the areas that you feel like you want fullness to. Oh. It's super easy to use. I love this stuff.
Do you recommend using that after showering or shampooing or like?
Yeah, after the shower, put it in. Oh. You know, it's super easy after you blow dry. You can even use it at night. I mean, it's not like something that's difficult to use or you can only use it at one setting. It's super easy to use. You can use it after you get out of the shower, wet or dry, or night before you go to bed. Texture sprays are also amazing too. Those kind of give you that second day hair. If you do wash your hair a lot, like that could give you that second day hair.
I wash my hair way too much, but it's because I work out and I get so grossed out.
Yeah. That's the number one thing that I get from women. Always like, I wash my hair every single day because I work out. But the thing is with your hair, it's not like you're rolling around in the dirt. You're literally, it's your own sweat. And if you can still get in the shower and rinse your hair.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You can put your hands through it, rub the, you know, whatever you feel like is in there, get it out. It's still clean. I always kind of like try to recommend wash it less. You can still go through the shower and still get it wet and kind of like scrub through with your fingers and it'll still be good.
Okay.
You know?
I can live with that.
Yeah.
I just can't live with the like, I can't get my hair wet.
No, no.
Okay.
You can get your hair wet.
Okay.
It's, like I said, some just think that that's exactly what you just said. Like, oh wait, I can't wash it. I can't like go through the shower. It's like, of course you can.
Like, what are some things to ask? Because I think a lot of the times it's hard if you're seeing a new stylist for the first time. Like, because I know the best cuts I get is when like we both understand each other.
Yeah,
like, what,
of course.
Yeah.
I love pictures. Pictures always help, but it's always funny because you always get the person who brings in the picture of somebody with the fullest hair that, you know, and then their hair is fine.
Yeah.
You know, or the opposite. And it's like, so I do think, you know, sometimes it's a communication thing with stylists. I think a lot of times we as a hairstylist, it's our job to educate you guys as well, but I think also, you know, a lot of people have gone to so many different people and they're educated in their own way of what they think works. You go to somebody new, there's a reason why you're going to somebody new, to try something new out, you know, and I think that's a big thing is like a lot of people are in fear or scared to like get, you know, to do something different. I think that's the biggest thing is communication with your stylist and pictures. Like I love seeing what it is that you're looking for rather than you trying to tell me because I don't understand sometimes what people are talking about. So they just learn some words from another stylist or other stylists that they've gone to, and it's like, it's different. Everyone has their own thing that they do.
I know the second I chop my hair off, it's like, oh, I have hair again.
Yeah, no, and that's what I was just gonna say. It depends on the hair type too. You know, some people's hair is finer, you know, and they always want to grow it long. It doesn't work like that. It just doesn't. So if you take it up a little bit, it actually can, you know, if you cut it more of a blunt line, it gives it like a fuller look. Like it depends. Like if you have thicker hair, you can still cut it blunt, but cutting into the hair actually helps it too. If you want movement, cutting, you know, layers into the hair, that helps as well. It just depends on the hair type, you know. I think that's where it comes into the stylist being and letting you know how it works. You get, like I said, get a lot of like finer hair clients, and they're like, I want to grow my hair, you know, and it just doesn't work. It's never going to be that full, you know, J-Lo hair that on stage, or that Beyonce hair that they want. It just doesn't look like that.
But they also have help too.
Exactly. Well, that's the biggest thing, because you get those people that have they bring a picture, and that, you know, the person was the hairstylist was following around all day doing their hair.
And there's like extensions clipped in.
Exactly. It's a whole process. And the funny thing is when they bring in that picture and they're like, I want to achieve this picture in 5 minutes, it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that took an hour and a half by the best hairstylist in the world. You know?
Following them, literally.
Exactly. Taking suggestions, because a lot of people will say like, oh yeah, I totally do that, and they never do it, and then they're like, I don't understand why I'm not getting this. Patience with your hair too. It's like, I didn't know how to do hair before I did hair. I had to like learn it, you know, and then as I started doing it more and more, I got faster, and it was easier. And people's patience wears thin, and they're instantly like, I don't want to do this anymore. I think that's a huge thing.
I roll out of bed, and I blow dry my bangs, and that's it. But then when I have to be presentable, I try to like do something.
Throw something in there.
This part always gets like poofy, like straight poof. But can you show me?
I'll show you with like a curling iron, like what I would do. That could make it easier for you. If you're washing your hair every single day, it could get that poofier look. You know, like I said, it gets a fluffy look, but then goes flat. Keep it really simple with when I try to like help clients or people with their hair. Parts in 3 sections, right? So 2 being where your part is, so 1 here, 1 there, and then leaving the back out, right? So super simple. Do it literally from the crown to the back of the ear. Super simple. So with your hair, I'm going to use a Marcel iron. The first section is about an inch and a half section. And I'm going to go away from the hair, or away from the face. And I'm just going to like lightly pull it out so it doesn't have that ringlet, you know, kind of prom hair look. And the next section, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pull it out, but I'm going to break it in half, right? And the section closest to the face, I'm going to go away from the face. So basically, and then I'm going to brick layer the second section up. So basically this one's going to go towards the face now. So it's kind of like a little pattern that I have that kind of gives it more of like that natural look, rather, because if you're going back and forth, you know, hair does that, especially when it's curly, but if you're going all in the same direction, it clumps up and it makes it not look so natural. In the second section, the third section, I'm going to break it up again into 2. The closest to the face is going to go away from the face, pulling it out so it's not so curled. So I want it to be soft. And then the next section is going to be away from the face. So it's basically just the opposite on the second section. So you just go away from the face, towards the face, away from the face, towards the face. And then the same thing. Practice always makes perfect. It makes it super easy once you start doing it more and more, you know. I think a lot of people want to achieve this in like 2 seconds, and it's not like that, you know. Put a little bit more effort into it and put maybe 10, 15 minutes into it, you might get it, but you know, it's just about practice, you know. So remember, you want to do the same thing that you did on that side, on this side, so it looks symmetrical. Is that it? Same thing, basically you're gonna go, and the sectioning doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't. It's not like, you know.
I think that's what gets me, like, I feel like I'm not sectioning it right.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of people, it's like perfection, you know, and then they get frustrated, like, oh my God, it's like when they blow dry or anything, they're like, oh, this is all getting tangled, like, I hate this, you know, over this, you know. So I think it's just, like I said, it's just patience, but it's also, it doesn't need to be perfect, you know.
Well, then I always end up with like perfect curls.
Yeah. Well, that's not a bad thing to have perfect hair, you know?
No, but it's like, it's too ringletty.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, okay, so when that happens, I'll give you the tip of what to do when we're done. It's super simple what you're gonna do. So it's the same thing, you're just gonna go towards the face, And then this one's away from the face. So everything that's like closest to the face is gonna go away from the face. I don't want, you know, if you go towards the face, it looks glam, you know, so. Same thing in the back, you're just basically gonna go through and just wave in a pattern. The back is always the hard part, you know? You can't see it.
I know. I'm like guessing back there.
Right? I mean, what you could do too that makes it super easy is you don't need to do the bottom section always. Because if you curl, usually the curl lays on top, and sometimes if you curl all the way to the bottom, it looks, that's where it gets that puffy feel. Actually leave that out so it won't look so fluffed in the back. Grab from the ear, the top of the ear around, and just go up from there. For now that we've done the whole head, you're gonna go put your head forward, shake it all out, use your fingers, use your hands, don't use brushes. I don't like using a brush when combing out, especially combing out like a wave. Kind of makes it, it gives it more of that like, a little bit of a messier, like undone look, rather than the brush, where the brush will actually make it look more glam. So you just kind of go through, piece it out so it doesn't clump together. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take, which I love too, is a dry texture spray. I love this stuff. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna go through the hair, because usually what happens is a lot of people just spray the top of the head, and that's it, you know? You're actually just gonna saturate through the hair, from the root to like mid-shaft. So you actually get it all through there, because otherwise you just literally just put the dry texture on the top of the head and didn't really do anything, you know?
That's what I always do.
That's what everybody always does. So it's funny that, like, you know, when you start saying it, everyone's like, oh my god, that's exactly what I do. I go through just the top, you know.
And it looks great for like a second.
For a second.
But then, it just goes flat.
Exactly. All right, so after that, you're gonna put like a little bit of like a dry oil in it, and then we're all set. And the dry oil kind of gives it like that second day kind of like beachy hair. It's a dry oil, so it's more matte. It's not like glossy, because I like more of a matte kind of finish. And when you do it, when you pull your head up, then you kind of just go through, and you can kind of piece it out with where you want your hair to be. Here's the reveal.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Yeah.
It's a little bit, like I said, you have like the dimension, so it goes like in, out, and it doesn't look like a clump, and it doesn't, you know, look like a helmet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because I always get that helmet.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the thing too, is also going through the hair and brushing it out, you know, so you brush out the wave, and it loosens it, so it's not so like, you know, bubble. Through it with the texture spray, it saturates into the hair rather than just going shh, done, you know?
Yeah.
So I mean, that's where it's pretty simple. It's just doing something a little bit different than what you normally use.
I love it, because it's like it's not like curl.
Yeah.
It's just nice and wavy.
Yeah, and it also doesn't feel like you have so much product in it either.
Yeah.
Like I said, I always try to go less. Less is always more, and then if you need to add more, then you can add more. You know, it's just a lot easier like that. Like I don't put product usually in before the blow dry. It just depends on like what I'm doing, but I always kind of add as I go. You know, because then, like I said, you don't oversaturate it.
Yeah, I hate that feeling.
Yeah,
too,
like you have too much product and you can't even get your hands to your hair.
Yeah.
No, this is great, and it doesn't look like you have too much product in your hair too. That's another thing. So.
I love it.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. I love it.